everyone. Welcome to the Business Call Podcast. I'm Redninja, and here with me today we've got 404 and Hydrooo for the first episode.
What's up?
Yeah, so, and Ivory's here as well, without a mic. So, this is our second time trying to record this.
Thanks, Hydrooo.
No. Thanks, OBS.
Nah.
No.
Okay, Ivory just left, so... what should we talk about today? Just start off the show.
See, do you guys want, like, a new Super Mario Galaxy game?
For a Switch?
Yeah, like, for anything, really. Just like a Super Mario Galaxy 3.
I wouldn't really want a Super Mario Galaxy 3. I would much rather have, just Super Mario Galaxy, 1 and 2 for the Switch.
Oh, yeah, that'd be awesome.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's kind of, like, what I want. In terms of, like, games on the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if they did make a new Mario Galaxy, I think that'd be cool. But personally, I can just see them just porting it to the Switch rather than just creating an entirely new game.
Makes sense.
No Monopoly.
No Monopoly, Ivory. We're actually trying to take this a bit seriously. But, anyways, other than the new Super Mario Galaxy game that may or may not come out, we're not that special.
Insider information.
Insider info. Nah. No, we just started this podcast. We ain't there yet. But what about movies? What kind of movies have you guys been like watching recently?
I haven't been watching any movies recently.
Nor have I. Like,
I just said that because I haven't. But
Who's fell up?
Oh, did he just name drop?
I think he just named
Ivory.
Oh yeah, he didn't tell us his name, so.
Oh.
Well.
Oh no, we get to torment him now, and we just said it on the podcast too. So.
Shit.
No. Yeah.
Sorry, Ivory.
We might have to censor. We might.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll censor that.
Yeah. So. Yeah, but he's leaving now.
Guten Morgen.
Let's. Yeah. Good morning. It is like 10 o'clock where I'm at right now.
It's 11 o'clock where you're at.
11:54.
It's 9:54 here. So it's 10:54 for Ninja, and 11:54 for 404.
Yep.
Hey, I know all your names.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
Who am I? Good talk.
Okay, should we go to the random topic generator for something to talk about?
Sweet, yeah, let's do random topic generator.
Yeah. Each topic generate. Fisherman. I caught a catfish once.
I haven't.
That's it, pretty much.
Making choices. Are you guys good at, like, deciding stuff?
I don't know how to decide for that.
Like, are you guys, like, good with, like, making choices as to, like, what to have for dinner, for example?
Yeah.
A little
always
bit.
pizza.
Like, yeah, for me, it's always like, it's either like macaroni and cheese or whatever my parents give me. Those are my two big choices. Like, like for me, because I'm way too lazy to cook anything.
Mood.
Yeah. Despite the fact that I can cook, I don't cook. And I've been thinking about cooking more often, like getting off my ass and just like actually like doing stuff. But I personally just prefer the easy way out.
Of not cooking?
Not cooking and making, or if it is cooking, it is really simple to make, and I can just do it mindlessly. That's kind of the way I am. I don't know about you guys, but that's just the way life worked for me.
I don't really like dive into cooking often. Like, an extent as to what I can cook is ramen.
Yeah, I'm taking culinary next year for school, and I've always been able to cook. You know, like I've cooked like steaks and stuff like that. I made biscuits from scratch, and I've always enjoyed it, but like I've never. Either A, I never had the time, or B, I'm just, like, too lazy. But that's sort of my stance of, like, choices, is that it's either the easy way out or someone cooks for me.
Kind of like that for me as well.
Yeah. So, let's go back to that random topic generator.
Ooh, gravity. I think it's existing.
Yeah, it exists.
Yeah.
But how do you know it's
taxis.
actually called gravity, though?
Gravity.
Okay, next up, taxis.
Taxis. My mom used to be a driver for one, so...
Oh yeah, I think you said that in the new Lost episode.
Yeah, in the Lost
episode.
Yeah, I said
Which
that my mom...
Which is actually Lost Forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is actually Lost. But, like...
It's not just the name. It's not like we don't want to release it, it's just that it's actually lost.
Yeah,
There's only
is
like
legitimately
7
lost
minutes of it.
Yeah, we only have
we only...
6 minutes, 53 seconds of an hour and a half talk.
Yeah, just an hour and a half podcast, and we just lost it. Thanks to OBS.
Thanks, OBS.
Yeah, like, OBS is a good, good piece of software, but...
Except when it does that.
Yeah. Jesus. Yeah, I'm dropping things, but... let's get into more topics from the random topic generator.
Red.
What's your color?
It's a color. It's an okay color. I prefer blue, though.
It's in my name, so...
Oh, yeah.
Touche.
Too touchy. I mean...
Touch fancy E.
No.
Too fancy E.
Yeah.
I'll have a picture of it or something on the chat.
Yeah, that's to explain that joke.
Yeah.
But other topics. Red, it's in my name. Blue, it's not in my name, and it is my least favorite color because it is the polar opposite.
If you were the last person on Earth, what would you do? Well, finally, I'm the cutest man on Earth.
Touche.
Yeah.
Now, how long are we saying, though?
How many women would there be, though? They never.
No, it says
explicitly
you're
say.
the last person, as in
Oh,
just
last
you.
person.
Yeah, but how
Just
long would
me.
you be the last person for?
Yeah, because
Forever, I
like,
guess. I mean,
yeah,
you cannot
because there's,
reproduce unless you
yeah,
do it in a weird way.
yeah, unless you are a woman and you find a sperm bank, then you can reproduce.
That is true.
Yeah. So, like, either, like, if you know when it's gonna happen, become a woman.
That's not how this works.
Too bad we're all not women.
No, it's like, get a sex change before...
Still
the
not
world-
how it works.
I don't care. If this happens in the future, they'll figure out a way. It will work. My idea... I should write a book about this. Yeah, writing prompts.
Why? Writing prompts.
Mm. You're the last man on Earth, or like you're gonna become the last man on Earth, and they're the last person on Earth. You are a male. What do you do?
Nut.
Nut.
We're gonna need a bigger boat.
Dude, technically, like, there's nothing, because there's no one else in the world, there's nothing stopping you from just walking down the street naked. Like,
Who's gonna see you?
yeah, who's gonna see you? Like,
Well,
there's no
dead
one.
bodies maybe, but that's it.
Oh, that's morbid.
What if there isn't even any dead bodies?
What if everyone just
Then there's
disappeared
truly no
except
one
for you?
that could see you.
Yeah. Truly, no one can see you.
But if you think about it, though, animals will come back.
Yeah. Animals aren't necessarily gone.
My dog? Oh no.
But, yeah, but the thing is you'd still have your dogs. And your pets, and your best friends. So you wouldn't be alone. That's the thing. Despite the fact that you were the last human on Earth, you won't be alone. That's probably one of the bigger perks of having pets, is that no matter where you are, you're never alone.
Deep.
R/I'm 14 and this is deep. But going back onto the topic of being the last man, there's so many things you can do. Like, you could learn to pilot a plane through like old instruction videos, and teach yourself how to fly a plane, and then go anywhere in the world without having to use a visa or anything.
You get to go anywhere now.
Well,
Yeah.
You can go to Area 51 without getting shot or whatever.
Well, if you think
Yeah.
about this, though, transportation isn't going to be that viable. Gas.
Yeah, true.
Think about that. There's no one.
Yeah.
There's going to be no one to be able to dispense the gas, and
Well, you do it.
well,
You figure out
eventually
how.
you'll run out of gas.
Yeah, that is true.
Like you will, at one point, run out of gas.
Mm-hmm.
And there's at one point going to be a time where electricity stops functioning.
Yeah, and so you have to go and get it back to working, because like water is a renewable resource. So like hydroelectric power, you could just get that working somehow, and then just get electricity, and then boom, you're back on track.
I mean, possibly, but where would you get the resources to learn how to do that, though?
The internet, or what's left of it.
Well, if there's no electricity, there's no internet.
Yeah, but like if everyone's just gone like that, the electricity would still be running.
But yeah,
Except-
but it would go out before you had time to think about what was going to happen.
Yeah, but again, this goes back to what if you knew before it happened?
If you knew, of course, you'd do everything you could to keep it going.
Yeah. But But yeah, I like how we're just talking about apocalyptic scenarios now.
It works.
I mean, it's something to talk about, you know.
Yeah.
But let's talk about something that's pretty much the same thing. What if you were the last man on Earth, and then there was only one other woman?
She'll probably reject me.
You know?
But think about it.
True.
Y'all only have each other. So.
But that's if you ever find each other, though.
Yeah, that's true.
You could both think you're the only people on Earth, and then you could both stay where you are.
Yeah. But imagine if, like, all of a sudden, like movie style, you wake up to someone screaming, "Hello? Is anyone there?" And you wake up and you look out your window and then there's just a girl there. And then you go downstairs and you open the door and then you, like, see her face lighten the fuck up. and then y'all are together now. What do you do next?
Reproduce?
No, you try to figure out what happened.
Yeah.
Oh.
The source of the problem as to why everyone's gone.
And then you try to find if there's other people still.
Yeah. Crap, I forgot what I was gonna say. I was gonna say something, but...
Cyberbullying. Don't cyberbully.
Yeah, don't. Cyberbullying is bad. Don't do it.
Yeah.
PSA. Yeah, it drives a lot of people to do things they shouldn't do. Don't cyberbully. PSA from the Business Call podcast. Do not cyberbully. It has way more of an effect than you think.
Spitting in public. What? But don't do that either, I guess. Well, these suck.
Well, I mean, I already spit in Publix.
You're a quitter then.
So.
Evil.
Oh yeah. I saw a story the other day where there was a girl who worked at Disneyland who worked on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, and the ride like temporarily stopped, and so the dude can somehow manage to convince his girlfriend to blow him, and anyways, the guy finishes, and the girl is about to spit into the water. That is a biohazard. That closes the ride down for weeks, costs the park thousands of dollars, and it causes angry tourists. And so her superior, who was also watching at the time, literally ran, grabbed the mic, and said, "Spitting is for quitters." and over the intercom, and everyone in the ride heard. And so this woman's superior embarrassed this girl in front of like 20 other people. And that is why you shouldn't do the frack at Disneyland.
Don't have sex in Disneyland.
Yes, don't.
It's a bad
Just
idea.
Don't.
First of all, it's illegal.
Yeah,
well, why would you even do that in the first place?
Yeah, because people are watching you.
That guy in the Mickey Mouse costume.
Yeah, don't do it. Never do it. No. Anyways, let's go back to the random topic generator.
Fourth host, random topic generator.
Yeah.
Childhood.
Childhood. let's talk about our childhood. I'll let Hydrooo talk about his childhood before I get into mine.
Alright. Well, it was fun, you know. Had some mishaps where I kind of, ate part of a sidewalk once.
Hold up. Tell us more of that. I want to hear
So,
this.
I didn't really, eat part of the sidewalk, but, it was after school, I was in, I don't remember what grade. I think I was in 4th grade? 4th or 5th grade. And I was just outside, waiting for people to show up, There was this little drain area where, kids would push rocks into because, kids were kids.
Yeah.
And I was just walking around out there. I slipped on some of the rocks and face planted into the corner of a sidewalk.
Oh.
Chipped my tooth.
Damn.
Yeah. Rip.
So, that's the story about how I ate part of a sidewalk.
I have a saga of stories from my childhood.
Oh boy.
Such as the time me and a bunch of my friends invented a sport and even had tournaments for in 3rd grade.
What?
So we had this game called Push because because for recess what we'd do is there was a tree with a bench that went all the way around it. And so what we would do is we'd get up on the bench, and then we'd try to push each other off the bench. And so we came up with this game, and then these kids were like, hey, let's do a football-style tournament because, it's Texas. We friggin' love football. And so they made a fucking bracket, and for different people, they had rankings for who was number one, and it was the talk of the school for the entire year. Like, oh, did you see that game of Push yesterday? And they were like, yeah, that game was insane. It was like everyone was talking about it just because we made it up. And then there were people who came in who legitimately practiced and there were legitimate cheating scandals.
Are you serious?
Because I actually remember it. Some kid, it was me and him, because it was there's normally 4 people, and then whoever's last man standing wins. But this time we decided, hey, let's do a free for all and have an 8 person match. And so it was down. So it was down to me and this. I dropped my phone. It was down to me and this other kid, and and the thing is we even had a referee. I forgot to mention that we had a friggin' referee, and so what this kid did is of the tree, he broke a branch off and proceeded to hit me square in the chest with it, and knock me off. And you can only use your hands. You cannot use any other sort of means of knocking someone off. You can only use your hands. So the ref saw that, and everyone saw that, and it was like, hey, disqualify him. The ref was like, nah, I'll give him another chance. Just give me the stick. And he gave him the stick, and I got back up, and we went at it again. And I ended up winning.
Dang.
But, yeah, you can only use your hands to push people off. You cannot use your body, you can only use your hands, and, obviously you cannot use your feet. Which one kid did. He kicked someone off, and then he got disqualified.
This is madness. No. This is Sparta.
Yeah. And it lasted well into 4th grade. And then 5th grade, we had to move schools, so it was all over.
Oh.
But later, we decided, you know what? Let's bring a version of this game back. And so, what we did is, rather than have it on a circular bench, it was just it was literally like a small portion of the little playground. It was like a square, and then instead of having to run around in a circle, you could run anywhere, and then you could try to just like sumo wrestle people off. That was fun, but it was also very short-lived. I don't know how long it lasted, because after that year, I had to move schools, so... But now I'm back in the exact same school where that happened, and people still reminisce about those days.
Damn.
Like how, like, yeah, I was push champion in the 3rd grade. I won the major league tournament first 6 weeks, and like, and like people would brag about how good they were, and then it kind of just died out. But like, I remember it vividly, because I mean, it was fun. Like, I would, like, if we could like find a way to do it again, I would totally set something up to do that again. Because that was some of the most fun I've ever had at school. Was those freaking push games. So,
Talk about how you broke your wrist.
Oh yeah, how I broke my wrist. Another story from my childhood. So, the roof of my shed needed to be like cleaned off or something because there was like too many like leaves or whatever. I don't remember, but it was a really stupid reason that my dad made me go and clean it. And I got up there and I was there for like 2 minutes, and then I felt the roof bend under my weight. And so I was like, oh, I gotta get off now. And so at the time I thought, oh, this is gonna be like an action movie. Everything's gonna collapse from under me, so I'll just dive off the roof of the shed. And so I dove, and I landed on my left hand funny to where it bent way farther than it should have, and I broke my wrist. And yeah, so that's the story of how I broke my wrist. 4-4, you got any stories from your childhood?
Oh yeah, I have a scar on my right eyebrow. And the way I got that scar was, I was pretty young. I was like 5 or 6, and my brother was also 5 or 6. And we were just play fighting, and there was nothing really bad at first. But then, like, I was near a wall, and then my brother, like, charged up at me, and it just bashed my head into the wall.
And
and I had to get stitches.
Because your brother, pretty much was just Doom Guy, basically.
Just dominated.
Power move. Hydrooo, you got any other stories that you would like to share from your childhood?
Not that I could think of.
Yeah, that's probably like one of the big ones in my mind. 4-4, you got anything?
I think that's it that I have.
Yeah, all your funny childhood stories. What about like, I forgot what I was gonna say. We don't plan these.
Yeah, we just go along with it.
Yeah. But I think that's probably gonna be like the charm of it all. Is that we don't have a plan, we just go to a random topic generator and then see what we can come up with. Speaking of which, let's go back to it. Okay.
Let's
Good talk.
see.
What does it have in store for us?
Customer service.
Customer service. Not really customer service, but my mom used to work at a call center, and she had to deal with a bunch of people. And if you've been onto r/tales from call centers, then you'd know exactly what type of people I mean. But there was this one time where she got a call, and she called someone, and then she was like, she was like, "Hi, is this Mrs. Wong?" Because it was some Asian lady. And so, and then this, redneck sounded dude answered with, "Yeah, my Wong dick," and hung up.
That's amazing.
And it was so great, because she told that to me when I was 11, and I didn't get it, and I was really confused.
My one thing.
But there was another one where someone called her, and it was a wrong number. It was a wrong number, and but she was like, "You know what? I'm gonna have fun today," and she didn't tell the person calling that it was a wrong number. So she goes, "Hello," and then the woman on the other end goes, "Hi, is this Susie?" Which is not my mom's name, and so she's like, "Oh my God, I have the perfect opportunity." And she goes,
Hi, this is Mrs. Wong.
And she goes, "Yeah, who is this?" And then the woman goes, "Yeah, this is, I'm gonna just use a name like Maria, I guess." And, my mom goes, "Oh, hey, what's up?" And Maria goes, "Hey, so where do you want me to drop the stuff off at?" And, it went from 0 to 100 real quick.
Okay, then.
And, so, hold on. Y'all talk. Be right back. And I'll continue the story.
Well, sometimes I prank call those fake scammers.
I've never
I think
done
I have
that.
one on my phone that I recorded.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Need to find it.
Okay. Alright, I'm back. So, what's going on now?
That's not it.
What's happening now?
Yeah.
Yeah, my toast is not. Oh, this is it. I don't know if it's the operating system or anything.
Oh, don't worry, ma'am. Don't worry. I will just check it out and I will let you know that. May I know your first name and your last name, please?
My name is Tickler.
Can you spell it?
Tickler.
And your last name, please?
Oh, Tickler. alert.
And can you help me your first name, please? Dick.
Oh my god.
D-I-C-K.
Oh my god.
That's amazing.
Dude. So,
He
anyway.
hung up. My name was Dick Tickler.
I know, I heard. But,
Quality's bad, but yeah. So,
anyways.
resume your story.
Okay, where did I leave off? It was,
Where do you
Like
want to
some-
drop off the back? Where do you want me to drop
yeah,
off?
where do you want to drop off the stuff? And my mom was, like, freaking out, like, wait. And, like, she was thinking that in her head, like, what the fuck are they doing? What the fuck did I walk into? You know? Like, and she was like, oh, hold up. Wait, what was the stuff? And, they go, you know, the stuff. And so my mom's like, oh, and she's winging it at this point. And so she goes, where are you headed? I need to remember where the place is, or I forgot. I'm trying to think of it again. But they're like, oh, where are you going? I need to remember where the place is. And then this woman, Maria, she says the address. And then, and so my mom, real quick, does, a Google search. And, cause this was around the time Google was starting to become, like, a crutch. Cause it was like, I think it was like early 2000s. And Google was just now starting to become a crutch. And so, like, I'm surprised she used it as much as she did. I'm going on a rant about Google now. Anyways. She did a quick Google search and, she found the address. And then she's like, oh, behind the house is fine. And then she goes, oh, okay, see you in a bit. And then she hangs up. My mom immediately and tells them to go check it out because she didn't know what the stuff was. Turns out it was Coke.
Oh,
Wait, the drink or the actual...
The drug.
oh,
The drug. Oh.
wow.
Yeah. And, so that's how my mom busted a drug deal.
That's badass.
All because of a wrong number.
Dang.
The stuff.
Yeah. But that was, like, one of her more insane stories. She's done a lot of stuff. Like, there's... like, not as in, like, as in careers. As I explained in the Lost episode, my mom has had over 50 careers, just so she can, quote, try them out. And I explained that she was a taxi driver, she worked at a call center, she is a teacher, for many things. And, yeah, I like my mom, clearly. And not to mention she's a hippie. So, yeah, what about your guys' family? Do you have any, like, tales from call centers other than the Indian scammer?
Nope.
All I have are Indian scammers type stuff.
Yeah. Explain, some of the times when you tried to, like, prank call them.
This one's actually from my older brother, not the brother who pushed me into the wall in Gibby Citrus, but he's 19 now.
Mhm.
So he got a call from this Jamaican number, and they're like, "Hello, you just won $2 million. And he was like they called him, and he just pretended to be shocked, like, oh my goodness, that's crazy. And, and, they were like, yeah, all you gotta do is blah, blah, blah. And then my brother's like, wait, what if I don't believe you? And then as soon as they heard that, they hung up. They're like, oh shit.
That's amazing.
He's on to us.
He's out to us. Abandoned.
Abandoned ship. Mayday, mayday. This plane is going down. But,
That's all I can think of on top of my head.
Yeah. Let's go back to that random topic generator.
No thanks. That's political.
Yeah.
Yikes.
We also forgot to mention the no politics rule.
That is the rule.
And no religion. Maybe.
That too.
Yeah, no religion either.
Yeah, good.
What type of architecture is your guys' favorite from like any time period?
I want to say, I guess like medieval Scotland, because like the huge friggin' castles have always been like so interesting to me. Like, you know, like I'd love to own a castle, just to have it and walk around in it. It'd be really cool. There's also the just the normal like medieval village that I'm a pretty big fan of, because those villages look like a community, and I have no friends other than you guys, so
Same.
so it'd be nice to have friends. But what about you, Hydra?
You know, I'll have to go for like just the Palace of Versailles. You know, it just looks nice. It's.
And what about you, 404?
I'm not sure.
Let's not forget like modern architecture as well. You know,
True.
Modern architecture is like really cool as well. Like if you've seen like any like software developer office, then and you've seen the inside of one, then you know exactly what I'm talking about when I say that they look cool as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention most software developers' offices have cooks. I want a cook. Like, I want my own personal cook that'll cook it to my tastes, which I know they don't have, but I'm just expressing how much I want to cook now.
Hey, Jellybean.
But, what about, let me make a topic of my own. If you guys had a butler, what would you make him do? Him or her?
You get a day off. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd make the butler, if I had a job, I'd just make him go to work for me. And just, like, do my job. Because,
Can you give me money?
give me free money. Oh yeah, I have a news story I want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
So there was this man, I believe it was 80s, like it was in the 80s, but, a man just went out to go grocery shopping, and, for whatever reason, just on the fly, he thought, hey, I'm gonna leave my family and move to Florida. And so as he went shopping, he he just left. He hopped on a plane and left. He then found the identity of a dead fisherman. And he got remarried and had a son. He got a house, he got a pilot's license, owned a plane. And then the dude who had his identity stolen, the dead fisherman, his grandson went onto like one of those Ancestry.com websites and found that he remarried 5 years after he died, which was odd.
Damn.
And so he contacted police, and they found him and returned him to his original home, and now he's in prison for life for stolen identity.
Dang. That's amazing.
Yeah. Like, the thing is like, this was, like, really thought out for, like, such an on-the-fly decision. Because he just went out to get milk, and then, bam, he's gone. Like,
I love it when I randomly think, yo, I should, like, get out and go somewhere else.
Yeah. But, what are some of the weird, like, news stories you...
People donating money to Elon Musk so Elon Musk can buy a new couch.
Is that real?
Yeah. That's a
People
real thing. They did
People
that, yeah.
People are doing that. Explain that to me. Like, what is the context of that?
So Elon Musk, you know, he decided to stay the night in his office because he didn't want to spend time going home and then driving back. And he woke up and said, "Oh, the couch in my office is uncomfortable." People literally saw that and were just like, "Hey, he needs a new couch. Let's donate money to him to get a new couch."
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's great. Let's go like talk about Elon Musk for a bit. Elon Musk is our God and Savior.
Yeah.
He is.
Like, I want Elon Musk I'm not trying to get too political, but Elon Musk would make a great president.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, not to get too political, but like, he'd do so many good things. But
You can only drive Teslas now.
yeah, you can only drive Teslas.
Although
Free
Tesla
Teslas.
cars are pretty cool.
You can only drive a Tesla if it's in space.
Okay.
Yeah. With David Bowie playing in the background.
Ground control, teenage top.
That live stream though, where like he first launched the car into space.
But the Earth is flat. Ah.
Flat Earthers are
Weird.
very weird.
It was made as a joke, but then people were like, "Yo, this guy was totally not kidding. That is a great point."
Yeah. Despite the fact that World War II soldiers had to account for the curvature of the Earth when firing like mortars and shit, and like they had to account for like the fact that the Earth was a ball, so that way they actually hit their target instead of hitting like 50 feet off.
Yeah.
Oops, I
Or-
shot the sky.
Yeah. And flat earthers are really, it's really a dumb belief. Because there's so much evidence against it that it's so much like there's so much evidence against it that there's barely any evidence for it, you know?
True.
Yeah.
Like
we have all this information. We have Google. We have, like, so much information than back in like
The
the
80s.
17th century or something.
That too.
yeah.
But people are, like, back then, they thought it was round. Boy, were they right. But now, there's people who think, nah, forget about that. It's all flat, I swear.
Yeah.
Like, it's so dumb.
Yeah, because we're going back in time, basically. Because for the longest time, people thought the Earth was flat because, we're flat, or we're walking on flat ground, so it must be flat. But nah. Nah, screw your beliefs, old people. God, it's really weird to think just how old those people are now. Like, think about how old George Washington is now.
Pretty old.
Yeah.
Yeah. What if humans, like, found the cure for aging and we just, like, lived forever? How would the world turn out?
Weird.
Overpopulation.
Yeah.
Definite overpopulation.
Mm-hmm.
China 2.0.
Yeah. The thing is, I have a bit of a story. One of my friends and I were just talking, and it was a normal conversation. Then there was just a bit of quiet, and then he just looks at me, and he goes, "You know, cannibalism can solve both world hunger and overpopulation."
You know, that's
I
not
mean,
wrong.
Out of
He
nowhere.
kind of has a point, but why would you do that?
Yeah, like, it was a normal conversation, you know? We were talking about, like, games and, like, Mario and stuff, and then all of a sudden he just hits me with that, like, with just that, like, train of a sentence. Like, I just got... like, you just put that onto me? I need to be mentally prepared for that kind of stuff, man.
That
you
too.
know? I mean, he's not wrong, but no. Like, he's not wrong or right. But, like, just the timing of it, it was like, blah, 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 Mario Party looks great. Cannibalism can both solve world hunger and overpopulation. Just imagine that.
That's amazing.
Like, it was like 4 seconds of pure silence, and then just that. Have any of you guys ever had, like, one of those moments? Where, like, you're talking about something, and then there's just the 4 seconds of silence, and you talk about something really controversial?
No.
Or is that just me?
I think that's just you.
If anyone's listening to this, please put it in the comments if that has ever happened to you. Please, I don't want to be the only one here. Because people do that to me all the time. I think it's, like, not even, like, people I know, just strangers. I don't know if it's just, like... Because it doesn't happen in just Texas. Like, it's happened in, like, Oklahoma and Louisiana whenever I go there. It's, like, I'm pretty sure it's not just a Texas thing. I think it's just, like, me getting unlucky. And I'm really confused. But, anyways, going away from that topic for a bit, what's your guys' opinion on, Nerf making... No. What's your guys' opinion on, Fortnite and Nerf, like, combining and making, Nerf guns in the style of, like, Fortnite guns?
Don't.
Yeah, don't. What's your guys' opinion on Fortnite in general?
I don't care about it.
I mean, I could appreciate how expansive of a community it has and how many people it's brought together. It's just not my type of game that I'll enjoy.
Yeah.
Same here.
Still going on a bit of the gaming thread, what's your guys' opinion on, esports in general?
I think
They're
they're
fun.
pretty interesting.
Yeah. With me, esports has always been, like shoutcasting and, like, like, oh my god, he did the thing, and then just the crowd going crazy.
Oh my god, he did the thing.
Yeah. But then I started doing some like online competitive things. It was way more chill than I expected it to be, and it was way more like just like laid back. Because near where I lived there was a library, and there was a Smash tournament going on in a little side room, and I was like, whatever, I'll sign up, whatever. I don't really play Smash, but I was like, hey, it's here, a couple of my friends are here, why not, I'll just have fun. And I thought it would be like super competitive in a really tense atmosphere. I'm like, oh, okay, I think I can be down with this. But no, it was chill. Like there were a bunch of like really cool people there, who I made friends with, and it was a great time, and I would totally do it again.
That sounds nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but would you guys participate in esports?
No, I don't think I'm really skilled enough in like all the games.
Same.
Like PUBG, Smash, as you said. I'm not good at those games. I'm not really good at fighting games in general, but anything else, maybe.
Yeah. But let's go back to that random topic generator. Let's talk about stuff other than just me talking.
Salsa dancing.
Don't do any of it.
No.
I don't do it.
Why are you dancing with salsa?
I can just imagine someone dancing with a jar and just, hey, I'm doing the salsa.
That's not how you do it.
But I feel like I've talked a lot, and I haven't really heard you guys talk. I don't know if you guys feel that as well, but I feel like that I've done a lot of the talking.
ISBN, International Standard Book Number Book Identifier. Wow, that's not even. It didn't even do it right. So ignore that.
Barbecues.
Rarely go to them.
Same here.
But when I do, it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like most of the barbecues I've been to have just been like family barbecues and such, but it was fun. But let me pull up a random topic generator to my
Feet. Oh no.
No.
Nope.
Can we not do feet?
No. All these are terrible. Wow.
Alright,
Milk. How did humans discover milk?
Squeezing titties.
Yeah.
But like, who was the first person to think about going to a cow and
Just squeezing them.
Yeah.
Just squeezing it.
And the cow's
then
like,
why would you even
what the hell are
drink
you
it?
doing?
And drinking it.
No, why are you drinking that? You're disgusting.
Speaking of which, in my topic generator, I got breastfeeding.
Oh.
I think that's funny. Ooh, let's talk about weird sports that we know of.
Push.
I think, what are some of the weird, sports you guys have heard of?
Croquet.
What?
Yeah.
Speed running.
Speed. I guess one would be, for me anyway. There's a sport in Scotland called shin kicking, where it is literally what it says.
Ah, you just kick people's shins.
Yeah, until they fall over. It's literally it.
Wow. How come I didn't play that in PE class? Kicking?
No,
I'd love to do some kicking.
No thanks.
I'm just gonna go onto like a news site and see what pops up. Here. Let's look at some stories. Ooh, let's talk about Elon Musk and the Boring Company digging its first tunnel. What do you guys think of the Boring Company and just the LA tube thing?
It's boring.
I mean, it's interesting, but boring at the same time.
Mm-hmm. None of these news stories are very, interesting. Alright, hold on. We're gonna go back to random topic generators now.
Tumblr.com.
It is a cesspool.
Stop falling in love with school shooters.
Yeah.
It's a little PSA as well.
Alright. I'm looking at a bunch of topics.
What about PewDiePie being taken over by T-Series and subscribers?
Oh shit, really?
Oh, yeah.
Whose side are you on?
PewDiePie.
Has PewDiePie been overtaken finally?
Not yet,
Oh.
but
Sounded like it did.
Yeah.
well, it's. I'm actually going to look at the live count right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, T-Series is only 200,000 subs away at this point.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It really is.
Yeah. Should we get back to talking about YouTube as we did with in the Lost episode?
Hey, your brother leaked your name.
Yeah. Yeah, Ivory's back now.
Yeah, Ivory's back. Wait, when was
Oh,
your...
it has?
No,
Oh,
it
it
hasn't.
has? Okay.
She's a bitch.
Well, Ivory, we're running out of topics. Give us a topic.
Oh yeah,
Now we
I have a topic thing underneath the Discord call where I type in whatever topic we're talking about.
Yeah.
T gay, haha, that's funny.
Big funny.
That's a big funny. I'm laughing so hard. Snakes? I think they're cool.
Yeah, snakes are pretty cool. My grandpa used to have a pet snake, and he got too big, so we let him out into the wild, and he ended up eating a coyote and dying.
Oh. My biology teacher has three snakes.
Yeah, it was a python, so, and it made local news. PS5, I doubt it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
Not recent. Probably not soon.
Yeah.
There's a week. PS5.
I don't believe it to be true. Like,
no,
I mean, leaks like the Mr. Grinch leak. Turns out most of it was not like true.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure this is also not true.
Yeah,
because a lot of companies are actually deciding to no longer release new systems.
Mm-hmm.
Like Microsoft, they did announce that they're not going to make a new Xbox, nor are they going to make a new Windows operating system.
Yeah, like, this is, like, possibly the last gen for both Sony and Microsoft.
Yeah.
Like, they'll probably, like, re-release the same system, like, with the Xbox One X and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But, I doubt that they're gonna, like, do anything. Hold up. A 44-year-old Moscow resident died after falling through a glass table while wearing a virtual reality headset. Wow. Jesus.
I mean, what do you expect, though? That's why you have to clear the room. Like,
yeah.
You can't see outside of it. Like,
mm-hmm.
There's nothing really...
This is the first report of a VR-related death we've heard. This is the first ever reported death, with, like, VR being a huge element of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
I have a feeling that because the media is the media, it's gonna fall back onto, like, the VR companies now.
Yeah.
But there's really nothing they could do. If they want true immersion, you're not gonna be able to see out.
Yeah. Like, it goes back, like, they're gonna use, like, the media is going to use the old, video games make you violent excuse. So, like, they're gonna turn back on that, even though video games have been found to actually be healthy for you. Like, games don't impair you in any way.
Yeah.
Hold up, what'd you say? Yeah. Ooh, speaking of the classic series, what about the N64 classic? What are some of your guys' predictions?
I'd probably buy it.
I'd buy it.
Yeah. Sony is skipping E3 2019. I don't really know. Like, I don't know how to feel about that.
Apparently it's because of the leak, but I don't think so.
Nah, I don't think so. I think it's a totally other reason.
See, I don't think they have anything prepared. Like, I don't think they want to, like, prepare anything. I think they are fine with where they are currently.
Yeah.
Want to
That
work
too.
longer?
It could that because they want to work on something longer.
Yeah.
That is very plausible.
That is also, yeah. A lot of things are plausible when you put it in that sort of way.
Yeah.
Like, they could be just doing anything. And we will never know.
Exactly.
What time are we at?
We are at a 1:10:25.
Okay.
I'm also being recording. Obviously.
Yeah, go ahead and, like, tell me whenever we're, like, out of time. So that way... so that way we know like when to sort of wrap up everything. But anyways, let's move on to some other things. Ivory, what have you got up your sleeve? Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Nintendo's shutting down the Wii Shop channel in January. And I think, what do you guys think about that?
I mean,
That sucked.
at this point, I'm not really surprised. I'm actually surprised it hasn't happened sooner.
Yeah, because
Right now, it's probably costing a lot more than it's receiving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the only reason people go on the Wii, at least nowadays, is for the virtual machine.
Pretty much.
Either that or just to hear the Me channel theme.
That too.
New Grinch movie sucks.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna suck.
Yeah.
I knew it. I knew it.
Yeah. Let's talk about the old Michael Myers. No, not Michael Myers. Mike Myers. Cat in the Hat movie. That's what I was gonna say. But like the Cat in the Hat movie, the live action one.
Like the old one?
Yeah, like the live action one, because the main reason that is one of the only live action Dr. Seuss movies is because it was so bad
That it was good.
it was so bad that Dr. Seuss's wife said that there will be no more live action Dr. Seuss films because of how bad Cat in the Hat was. And so now all of them are animated. And I think that's just amazing that the movie became so bad that they're like, no, never again. Never again.
Yeah, that is amazing.
Yeah. But, then again, there was, I think it came before Cat in the Hat, but there was a live-action Grinch film.
I think there was.
Yeah, but, Ivory, what other topics do you got for us? And we'll also put the chat in the,
We're not
No.
doing that, Ivory.
no. Yeah. We're trying to keep this, for the most part, pretty serious, so...
Soda. I think it's good.
Ooh, let's talk about cultural differences in, like, jungle beat bongos. Are they worth it?
Sure.
Yeah. They're good for a meme.
Donkey Konga.
Wait,
Donkey
what?
Konga.
Donkey Konga.
Ivory's giving us topics.
Okay.
Yeah. What about the differences between cultures in the United States? Like cultural differences. That's the word I'm looking for.
It's amazing, actually.
Yeah.
Like,
the amount of stuff that the U.S. has.
mm-hmm.
It's crazy just how much. Because, the U.S. was just... Well, people originally came to the U.S. because of fur trading. But now it is... Yeah. That looks great.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I think that, whenever, when the English first came here, it was just meant for like fur trading. And after I finish talking about cultural differences, Ivory.
Ivory, calm down.
Yeah, calm down. You know what? For once, you're giving us too many topics. Anyways.
That's surprising to hear.
Yeah. Anyways, I think that. Like we've evolved because like ever since we won like the it was whatever the war was, not the Civil War.
World War II?
No, it
The
was
Revolutionary?
I mean, it was the Revolutionary War. That's the war I'm talking about. The U.S. became like one of the most like influential countries in the world after the Revolutionary War, and then the Civil War happened. A lot changed, Great Depression, stuff like that. But then World War I happened, and then soon after World War II, and that kind of shaped America into what it is today. Is because of World War II, like America has had such a huge influence on like the entire world. And I don't know if that sounds like too patriotic or anything, but I mean, coming from a cultural standpoint, America is one of the most influential countries in the world because it doesn't have its own culture. It is a mix of a lot of different cultures, and it sort of created its own through others, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, let's move topics from cultural differences to rareware.
There, you happy, Ivory?
Yeah, we're talking about rare now. But rareware, they made for those of you 5 people who are unaware of what rareware is. Rareware is the creator of Banjo-Kazooie, Conker's Bad Fur Day, and Donkey Kong 64, stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
Goldeneye.
GoldenEye as well.
GoldenEye, Perfect
They're all
Dark.
good games, actually.
Yeah, all of those are good games you should check out. But that's basically Rare. And recently, Marble Madness. Anyways, getting off the topic of rare games, will Rareware make another game? Because they made Yooka-Laylee, do you think they'll make another game?
Possibly
No.
if the demand is high enough.
It's been hyped for a while.
Yeah. Do you think they would make another Conker? Because
No.
Conker was so different than other platformers. Stay away from Conker, yeah.
Yeah, in
But
this modern age, Conker wouldn't work.
Yeah. But then again, what about, going off topic a little bit, what about Doom Eternal? And how they're, doing the, cat call thing with saying, oh, demon is an offensive term. Please use the mortally challenged.
The hell?
That was in one of the gameplay trailers for Doom Eternal, and that was sort of like a cat call out to feminists. And I think that to feminists and the activism and stuff like that, I think they did a good job with it because they don't care. Yeah, you're offended, whatever. We don't care. Play Doom. You're not gonna buy a game you weren't gonna buy anyway. So, I mean, you know what? Let's talk about Doom Eternal for a minute. What are your guys' opinions on Doom Eternal, or just Doom in general?
I think Doom is a good game.
Yeah.
I used to have it on SNES, but then I sold it, I think.
It was like the first person shooter.
Yeah, it
Or at least one of
probably
the first.
one of the first, but
Yeah,
it was definitely the most influential.
Most revolutionary.
Yeah, the most
Yeah.
revolutionary. It started something. Like they were like other first person shooters at the time were called Doom clones. I mean like how revolutionary. Like to where like a game that's vaguely similar to your game gets called a like that is the status. That is like revolutionary status. Yeah, Doom Eternal is the newest entry for Doom like 2016. It is the sequel to Doom 2016. Yeah, but like, should we also talk about the craze of where people try to port Doom onto everything?
Yeah.
Like they played it on like the toolbar for Mac. Like that weird little toolbar thing that is a screen. Someone got Doom running on that. Someone got Doom running on an ATM.
On a calculator.
Yeah, a calculator.
Everything can run Doom.
A billboard. A friggin' Ferrari. A friggin' Ferrari.
I love playing Doom on my Ferrari.
I think the Ferrari one was like fake though. I don't know.
Yeah.
I love playing Doom on my ATM. Yeah.
Same here.
The amount of people you kill is the amount of money you want to withdraw.
Well, the thing is the
I
dude
want
who
$2.
the dude who actually made Doom on the ATM, he originally like wanted to put it as like a normal functioning ATM, but then like randomly, in order to get your money, you'd have to beat like the first level of Doom. Just
Imagine if, like, $1 equals one person you need to kill. So if you're, like, withdrawing, like, $50, then you have to kill 50 people. So you gotta be really good.
Not to mention you don't have a map. It's just the keypad. Like...
2's up, 4's left, 6 is right. I think that's the order it is. 3 by 3, I think.
Dude, like, I'm pretty sure I saw Doom on an oscilloscope. That's the word.
A what?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's like a
Audio
visualizer. Visualizer.
Audio visualizer.
Huh.
Does it sound like the Doom
sorts.
theme?
Nah, it was literally just Doom. Like, it wasn't even like the sort of wireframe look that like an oscilloscope has. No, it was just straight up Doom. Yeah, but let's go on to oscilloscopes for a bit because oscilloscopes are really cool.
I forgot how to spell that. I'll try my best.
OSCILLO.
Oh, I got it.
COPE.
I got it. Thanks.
Yeah. But oscilloscopes are really cool. Like, if I would highly recommend just like searching up Geraldine Fenderson's oscilloscope music album. It is an entire album of just audiovisual music, and it's great. And you can play it on your oscilloscope at home. Or you can use an oscilloscope emulator, which exists. And I'm surprised it exists.
Why does it exist?
Why not?
Yeah, why not? It's a visualizer. Not to mention it looks really cool.
Making a podcast.
Yeah. But oscilloscopes are one of those like hobbies where like it looks friggin' amazing. Where it's just one of those things that just captivates you. You know, we should see Hydroo's reaction. But I'm gonna look up a video in the chat. Here, if I can even find it.
Oh yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are. But, here, hold up. Alright, I got it. Nice.
Oh, mega oof.
So, Hydrooo.
Yo.
React to this video. This is oscilloscope music.
Alright. Let's look at this. Oh, what
Yeah, I want... Yeah. It is a bit loud, I will say. I want to hear your thoughts on this.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Like, it's... Like, what you see is what you hear, basically. Like, all of those images are being created with sound. That's the basis of oscilloscope music.
Yo.
Yeah, you like get tripping, you know? Like,
This is actually insane.
I know. It's great. But anyways, we are nearing time. But so Hydrooo, we are nearing time, aren't we?
We are indeed.
So I guess we'll go ahead and wrap it up. So thank you so much for listening to the first episode of the Business Call podcast. We hope you enjoyed the first episode, and yeah, I guess we'll see you in the next conference. Be here by 6.
Bye.
Bye.